Ray Yinks, thank you very much indeed. Christian Whiton, former State Department official, joins me now. Christian, is there any chance that Israel will bite the bullet and go after Iran's nuclear facilities?
I think there is a chance. After the last mass attack with ballistic missiles and cruise missiles and drones against Iran, when Israel attacked, it was a very modest attack, but it targeted those missile defenses around the nuclear sites within Iran, and there are quite a few. And the point of that was to demonstrate to Iran that they could take out those targets. So that could happen, or they could go after Iran's leadership, or they could just redouble their efforts to go into Lebanon, which they have begun. All of that harms Iran's interest, or you're likely to see some combination of those.
Now, I imagine that what they're going to do is being discussed behind closed doors at the moment. And I would imagine that President Biden and Harris, they're probably telling Israel, hey, ease off a little bit. Don't go after the nuclear facilities. Don't go after the oil facilities. Am I right? Is that what they're probably saying?
That's absolutely right. After the last mass missile attack, Joe Biden said, take the win, Israel, just because Israel was able to shoot down a lot of those incoming missiles and other weapons along in cooperation with the Jordanians and other allies. A lot of the coordination put in place actually by the Trump administration. So we're undoubtedly doing that again, which is unfortunate because Iran has made a mistake and should and can pay a price here.
Donald Trump once again warned that we're on the brink of World War III. Watch.
Two incompetent people running our country, or what, I don't actually think they're even running it, are leading us to the brink of World War III, a war like no other. This is what the policies of weakness and appeasement have brought to the world.
You know, Christian, World War III sounds a little dramatic, doesn't it?
It does. It's Trump hyperbole and sort of overdoing and oversimplifying things. A lot of people, a lot of historians think the closest we came to World War III was in the Cuban Missile Crisis, or again in the early 1980s when the Russians mistook a NATO military exercise for a prelude to an invasion of the Warsaw Pact. But there are factors around the world. You have this deterioration of relations with Russia. You have the situation with China where there's already sort of a low-intensity war between China and a treaty ally of the United States. Not Taiwan, but the Philippines in that instance, and the Middle East on fire. So you have sort of these three burning fires, but the chances of them going to a full-on general war are still pretty remote, thankfully.
I want you to listen to what Tim Walz said when asked if he would support a preemptive strike by Israel on Iran. Watch.
Israel's ability to be able to defend itself is absolutely fundamental. Getting its hostages back, fundamental, and ending the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. But the expansion of Israel and its proxies is an absolute fundamental necessity for the United States to have the steady leadership there.
Christian, that was the first question, and I think he struggled to answer it right there.
Struggled to answer. First of all, the question was phrased in a very odd way because it would not be a preemptive attack by Israel on Iran. It would be a retaliation. Iran started the war. Hezbollah invaded Israel. And yeah, you're left. First of all, he's trying to balance the threat to Israel with the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. You're creating a moral equivalence between the enemy and the ally. And there's no plan forward for how to end this or how to resolve this conflict.
Vance won the debate. That's my opinion and the opinion of most everybody else on this program. Christian Whiton, thanks for being with us. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.